Hello everyone, it's Irene here once again. So today I thought about bringing you another visual novel game. This one has like a funny game in a certain way. It has like a pun intended. It's Okami. I need to tell you, I have like a hard time to actually manage to put the window in here for the stream. So I bet you are going to have like a lower quality. Let me put it like this. You are going to probably be seeing a lower quality than actually what the game will give you. But I was having a hard time to be able to put like the I never know the names of these, like the overlay, whatever, of the game in here. So it ended up being a bit stretched. The game I had to stretch it a bit, and I bet the quality is not going to be very good. Okay, so if you decide to actually play the game, buy the game, whatever, you are going to have a better quality than what you're going to be able to see in here. It's the same thing with the sound. You're not hearing nothing. Yes, because once again, I have issues with this. But when I go back to the game, you are going to hear the sound of the game. Okay. So I was saying, because of the title, Okami can mean a great god or a wolf. It depends how it is written, and I only have like the romanji in here. And Okami, the second one, could also be seen as both of them, right? It could be seen as both of them. But in here, the idea is actually quite different, and I think most people do not know that. But in the hospitality industry, like they have the Ryokan. Ryokan are like, I don't know if you have an idea of what Ryokan is. It's like those traditional Japanese places where you go and you usually have like the hot springs, and you can stay like, I don't have like something similar to actually like tell you. It's like those places where you're going to rest, pass the night and all of it. But they are not like your typical hotels, or do you understand? It's like, it's a traditional thing. You usually have like hot springs in there. You have a lot of hospitality. They like make all of the meals for you. It's everything feels very like a family in there. You know, it's a ryokan. And the female manager of Ryokan can be called Okami. So it is related to this game. This is why it is written like that. But they use it as like a pun, you know, like using both of them. And you are going to understand because our lady in here, she used to work as a female manager, a Ryokan manager. So that is why you have like this title, okay? So you're going to hear the music now. I hope it's not too much loud. I don't know. I need to check it, but I cannot because I have like this issue in here. I'll see if I need to adjust, okay? As we go along. This is, oh yeah, I need to, sorry. It's going to silence again. I think this only has like one love interest, and this is from Mushroomallow, I think it's like that, or Mushroomallow, maybe it's like that, but it does not have a double M. So yeah. It goes like, you are dead, but your love life is just beginning. Reborn in the spirit realm, take over a crumbling hot spring inn, and partner with a brooding masked god who hides more than his face. Explore its secrets, rebuild the inn, and flirt through simmering tension in this point-and-click romance visual novel. This is not completely out. It's still to be announced. And let me see what they say in here. Welcome to the spirit realm's most scandalous hot spring inn. Yeah, you would probably say it like that, like a hot spring inn. Because I was like, how would you call it? Where every wall hides heartbreak and every whisper speaks of betrayal. You are Akine, a sharp-tongued former Okami, innkeeper. Yeah, see? They actually explained it in here. I didn't need it to tell you this, but I was looking at the name and I was like, maybe I should tell something about it. Reborn as a bold Okami, a wolf yokai spirit with a dangerous talent for flirting, especially with the masked white tiger who saved you. Enter Shimon, the stoic beauty who is utterly clueless when it comes to emotions. But perhaps his silence is hiding something. Your mission: restore the inn, exorcise wayward spirits, and peel away the layers Shimon hides behind. But beware, his trust is fragile, and every choice you make could heal old wounds or tear them open wider. Are you ready to ring the bell and check in? Well, we'll see it. No, it's not out yet. Yeah, this one is not out. You only have the demo. Okay, let's try to do this. I already did like a tiny bit because I wanted to, as I said, I've been doing like a bit of the games because I want to know. Is this working or not? Because I want to know how long they are going to take, and I've been kind of like doing a bit of the game. Well, this is it, isn't it? Oh my god, is this working or do I need to click? Oh, is the clicking one? I think it is. So, talking about clicking ones, so I finally did some games that I was like thinking about doing them, and one of them was the Duke one. And the Duke one, yes, it does have some major scenes, but they are not very, how to put it, scandalous. You know what I mean? Yes, you are going to be seeing some nudity, some things happening in there, but I didn't felt like they had like that type of nudity, you know. My thing with that one of the Duke was that it was a clicky one. There was like no auto, like you have an auto in this one, it's different, but that one had like absolutely no auto, and I was enjoying the visual novel, but I reached a point I was like, my finger is going to fall in here. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Yes, very, very clicky. And I don't actually know, like sometimes, how to put it, like sometimes I don't know why the developers think like these things are good. Us clicking, or like having like those text boxes that you cannot read or something like that. So I'm just like, this is insane. That's why when people are creating their games, aren't they actually like seeing these things? I don't know, like I don't know how to explain this, but it's awkward for me. It's like confusing for me. Why don't you just address this issue? I mean, why not put a freaking auto in there? You know, like, do you know for how many hours I was like clicking in there because there was like absolutely no auto? And let me tell you, I went through all of the keys in my keyboard to try to find it, and I was like, let me see if there's like, and they actually had like a page with the controls, and there was absolutely no auto in there. I was like, what? Like, what? No way. I was like, no way. Another thing that I want to tell you is that because I've been doing, I finished the Winds of Change, and then I started doing the other ones, and the other one that was also flagged as mature, it was the Empress one that we did just some days ago, and I had to take from the title, I had to take out that thing because I did just one route in that one, but let me tell you, I didn't. Then I went and saw some reviews about it too, because I was like, oh, I see no major thing going on in here, and honestly, other people were actually saying the same thing. I think it has to do with the nudity, because they show some breasts in there, like the breasts in terms of like not the female breasts. I'm talking about like the male breasts, you know, the torso and all of it. And I think I already told you that Asian people kind of have like this thing with the nipples and all of it. They try to hide it. They don't like to show a lot of nudity. They don't like that. And I think it's because of that. Of course, you have some descriptions, but nothing actually, like even the descriptions, they weren't offensive. They weren't like, there was nothing in there that for us Westerners, we would consider that game a real mature one. Okay, unless for more like the murdering and all of it. Do you understand? Like, but in terms of like sexual, let me put it like that. In terms of sexual scenes or something, you don't have them. Okay, you don't have them. So I decided to at least take that out from the title of the videos, because I was like, yeah, that has nothing to do. I need to start this because I'm just like talking in here. Let's start this. But yeah, I wanted to give you some news about at least those two that I ended up playing a bit. Not a bit, because one of them I even finished, and the other one I did one route. So let's do this. So, well, this is it, isn't it? Oh, I want to click, but I cannot with the enter key. I forget about this. I press my palm against the counter, feeling its every imperfection worn smooth by years of care. Yeah, it's a bit loud for my ears. Yeah, I know you like, but it's loud for my ears. Every step in these halls, every creak in the floorboards, I've memorized them all. Yeah, this has like a good user interface, yeah. In terms of like, you have everything in here. I can even probably like oh no, I thought I could just hide these ones, but apparently not. It hides everything. Yeah, it hides everything. But we can read the text very well because it's big enough, and this is great, and this is great. Why am I saying this? Because as a developer, you should really think about things like this, which is, one day, imagine you want to put your game in a Switch, and the game is not going to have like freaking tiny letters in there. Do you understand? And let me tell you, there was like one game that I got, and I was completely furious with it. It had like a strange name of tasting water and wine or something. I don't know. Whatever. It was like a game that you had for the computer, and I got it for the Switch, because I was like, sometimes I'm like, I'm going to get it for the Switch. And people forget that the Switch has a thing that is the Switch Lite, and I use my Switch Lite. I don't even have the other Switch anymore. I only use the Lite one, because I had it, then I would only use it sometimes, then I sold it back, you know, I only used a tiny one. And people like developers forget that it's extreme. That one that I got, it was impossible. It was not even possible. It was absolutely not even possible to read that. It was tiny, but really tiny. I'm not even joking with you. Even the computer game, even the computer game is tiny, but in there it was impossible to read. Impossible to read. So that's why I keep saying, try to prepare your games. Oh yeah, the Empress one also kind of had like that thing for me, which was the font when I was like doing it in here with you, because I was seated in here. When I was doing it with you, it was kind of like, okay, the size of the font. When I was playing it by myself, because I usually just I go to my couch, I just let it on auto and I go to my couch, and I have like a certain distance, you know, some, I don't know, 2 meters away, probably like 2 meters away from the screen or something. And I'm talking about the big screen, and I'm even talking a big one, okay? And the font was like, okay, but it was tiny, okay? It was small. And I'm like, why is this so small in here? Like, they have like this amount of space, and they're putting like, why do they do this? You know, like, yeah. So please, developers that sometimes, they usually do not watch my streams, but that at least that see the videos afterwards. Please do something about this. We need stuff like this where we can actually read, and when you put it on a Nintendo Switch, it's going to work just fine too, you know. Try to think ahead too. It's good. After tonight, none of it will belong to me anymore. Strange, I thought I'll feel sadder. I've spent a lifetime here, and now I'm too old to take care of it. Ryokan, a traditional Japanese inn, without its keeper, is just an empty house waiting to be forgotten. How many times have I cleaned these counters and mopped these floors, greeting guests who came and went like fleeting whispers? I wonder if I would ever find someone to walk these halls with me, not just pass through them, someone who would wake up beside me every morning. But no one stayed, no one made an impression. I made my way towards the onsen, the hot spring, my knees protesting with every step. I should have let myself enjoy my life more. Even with the guests gone and the lanterns dimmed, a single unyielding thought stayed behind. Did I live well? I spent my youth building this place, holding onto it with everything I had, and in the end there's no one left to hold onto me. So that's the real regret. Well, it's too late to dwell on it now. I steady myself against the wall and rise with a groan, feeling every year of my age in the crack of my back. But then, my foot slips. There's a moment of weightlessness, followed by a hard crack as the back of my head meets the stone. Then comes the cold. Water rushes over me, pulling at my limbs. My fingers grasp for an anchor, but meet only emptiness. My vision begins to tilt into shadows, until all that remains is the sight of steam rising into a dark, bottomless sky. Perhaps in another life. My head feels like someone's hosting a drum circle in there. I inhale, hoping to be greeted by the cozy scents of aged wood and warm sake, but instead, what is that smell? Salt, fragrant smoke, and sweet aroma of osmanthus. Instead of my dimly lit Ryokan room, I see red, a bridge covered in mist. This isn't my Ryokan. This feels so cold. Am I dead? I died, didn't I? The red bridge of souls. Oh, Kami-sama. The stories were all true, weren't they? A place between, a crossing for those who have breathed their last, and now I'm the one walking it. But why does everything sound so loud? I can hear whispers, low murmurs, the occasional laughter. Seriously, my ears are starting to ache. Wait, ears? A horrible suspicion takes hold, and when I lift my hands... Huh? They aren't my hands, are they? Those aren't my hands. Since when are my fingers this slender and my skin this smooth? I haven't seen these knuckles since I was 20. And claws. I scramble to check my arms and my legs. Where did the rest of me go? No more wrinkles, no more gnarled knuckles, no more aching bones. I am youthful, I am glowing, I'm radiant. Oh my. My jaw drops, I pat down my arms firm, I press a hand to my stomach flat, I trail higher. No way. My hands fly to my chest. They are perky? By the spirits above, I have breasts again, perky, full. No sack, no back pain, this is a miracle. Yeah, it's kind of hard for you, like you start aging and you start seeing changes in your body. Yeah, you start seeing changes. And like, you look in the mirror and that's when you understand that you're not young anymore. Yeah. It usually starts at, I would not even say at your 30s, but at your 40s, it really starts to grab you. Yeah, you start really feeling it. Like, you're like, yeah, I'm not young anymore, you know. Yeah, you start feeling it. These are the breasts of a woman in her prime, not a retired Ryokan owner who needed at least 2 layers of fabric and a prayer to hold them up before. But before I can even begin to celebrate this ridiculous, beautiful miracle, something is definitely moving behind me. No. I turn my head, hoping I'm just seeing things, but no, it's a tail. A red furry tail sways behind me, wagging so cheerfully that I can't even wrap my brain around the fact that it's mine. Hold on, stop that. I am absolutely not happy, tail. I am terrified. This is not a wagging situation. Oh. My hands tremble even more, trying to make sense of everything. My skin, my tail, my lack of... Oh. I'm naked. I'm as bare as the day I was born, but with a tail, claws, and apparently some kind of breast enhancement. Oh no. A breeze rolls across the bridge, my entire very exposed, freshly revived. Nobody was supposed to see these body prickles. Stay calm, stay dignified. But of course, there is no dignity left to be had. I collapse into a ball, desperately using my tail as a modesty screen. How embarrassing to be seen like this is a fate worse than death. But I am not alone. I hear footsteps, more like claw steps, followed by rustling robes and a horrible skittering sound. No, absolutely not. I will not look. I am not entertaining whatever fresh horror that was. A shadow looms behind me, a robed figure collides past, pauses, and then slowly backs away as if I'm the strange one. Another one, sporting a long serpentine tail, grins at me, showing off a mouthful of sharp teeth. I pretend I didn't see it. They are everywhere. I'm being circled by spirits, possibly man-eating spirits, and I hope I'm not on the menu. That's it. I will not be making eye contact with anything that looks like it might eat me. Deep breath, focus. I've handled rowdy nobles, drunken guests, and several matchmaking attempts. I can handle this. Alright, first things first, clothes, and then I figure out what in the world just happened to me. I push myself up, careful, composed, and... New arrival, huh? Cute tail. Followed by a burst of laughter. Oh, splendid. Public humiliation on day one. Lovely. Alright, breathe, pretend you are fine. My fingers twitch and something deep inside me whispers, move low, stay quick, bare your teeth if you must. And for once, it doesn't sound like a bad idea. Come now, old girl, you've handled worse than this. I prepare to stand, back straight, chin up, just like I've done for decades. Oh no, too fast. I push off the ground, but instead of a slow rise, I practically catapult myself into the air. Oh dear, why is my center of gravity all wrong? The bridge vanishes, and the night air rushes past me as I tumble towards... Oh, for heaven's sake, not this again. Can a woman not stay dry for 5 minutes? Water, again, but this time it feels different. Ah, I seem to be breathing underwater. Well, that's new. It's certainly an improvement over my previous life. At least I don't have to worry about dying twice in one night. Didn't I already drown today? Fine, if the afterlife is just a series of puddles, I'll just live at the bottom. But before I can decide to stay here out of sheer stubbornness, the water lashes out. A hand catches me, yanking me forward with a grip that says, stop embarrassing yourself and get out of my river. Oh, that is a very impressive hand, very firm. I'm pulled upward before I can finish the thought. My head breaks the surface and finally I see him. My goodness. Now I've seen many men in my life, strong men, handsome men, men who paid extra for the private onsen package, but this one? He is something else entirely. I mean, just look at those sculpted features and that luscious white hair. He looks like an old torn war banner that is still standing out of sheer spite. Still, what a view. Then he drapes his kimono over me, his hand lingering just long enough to ensure it stays. It's been decades since a handsome man held me with such grave solemnity. I could just melt. You all right? Tell him he looks dashing. Oh, I'm fine. Thank you so much for asking. And now that I'm up close, I take my sweet time admiring the view. Since I can't see his face, I figure I'll just have to provoke a reaction. Goodness me, has anyone told you how dashing you are? He responds with long, heavy silence, perhaps the longest in the world. Savor every awkward second of it. Can you walk? Oh, quite well, actually. Gracefully, even. Would you like a demonstration? I wink and his shoulders go rigid as a board. Oh, he disliked that. Excellent. I'll be saying far worse things before the sun comes up. Finally bracing himself, he extends his hand. Come, I will help you cross. Is that an offer? I glance back at the bridge, that rickety piece of garbage, and decide his hand is a much better option. Well, since you are insisting. I take his hand, he tenses up instantly, but he doesn't let go. I'll file this reaction away for future entertainment. And together we walk. This is a dream, isn't it? Does it feel like one? I watch the way he moves, wondering if the face matches the body. It usually does in stories like this, doesn't it? He's probably quite a heartbreaker under that metal shell. I don't know, you are rather intriguing for a dream. His grip on my wrist tightens slightly. That got a reaction. This old girl has barely been dead an hour and I'm already finding buttons to push. Because it is not a dream. Oh, I was hoping this was the part where you swept me off my feet and declared yourself my spirit husband. He huffs sharply, but I can see a faint smirk beneath. You certainly don't lack for confidence. Ada? He can tease. I think I'm going to like it here. Alright, dear, do me a favor and confirm it for me. Are we yokai? Indeed we are. I recall the stories now. Yokai are reincarnated from living souls. Isn't that the way of it? I pinch my hand again. It hurts. And I'm still here. So this is real then. I've actually gone and done it. Well, Akine, you have two choices. Fall into an existential crisis or flirt your way through it. How scandalous, how odd. I don't know how it is connected with this. Fall into an existence or flirt your way through. I don't know how odd. I blink up at him deep in thought. To be precise, you are an Okami, a wolf deity. Okami? Is that what I reincarnated into? How odd! I didn't know that turning into a yokai means getting a makeover. It's your reaction that's odd. Most souls spend their first hour in the river weeping for their lost lives instead of this. Well, I was an old woman minutes ago, and now you are not. Are you certain I wasn't just gifted with an incredible youth elixir and a terrible dramatic fur accessory when I came here? He actually stops walking, head tilting as if he's trying to find the logic in my brain and coming up empty. Yes. Pity. That would have made an excellent onsen spa package. The man just answers with a long, slow breath, exactly the sound of a spirit who is already tired of my nonsense. Alright, so it's true then. I died with unfinished business and came back all supernatural. Humans do not become yokai without cause. Let me guess the recipe. A heavy pour of desire, a twist of longing, and a generous splash of regret. They always say intense feelings linger. Honestly, I was practically marinated in them. You understand your situation surprisingly quickly. I curl my fingers into the fabric of the kimono around me. It's strange. I feel more here than I did when I was alive. I didn't want to die alone. That was it. The grand finale of my life was a desperate wish for a hand to hold. For a moment, only the river answers me. It was powerful enough. So this is the afterlife. A wet robe and a stranger with surprisingly steady hands. I suppose it's still better than vanishing without a fuss. Or you were simply too loud for the afterlife to ignore. Cheeky, but I suppose a man who can return fire is much better than one who just brought. I spent my entire life running a Ryokan, only to die and become a yokai. Some might call that a bit on the nose. Alright then, what's the routine? Do I just sit here looking fabulous until someone comes to collect me, or am I free to wander off and find some poor soul to pasture? You decide that. Oh dear, very helpful and incredibly vague. He should write fortune cookies. As simple as that. Yes, after all, even as a yokai, it's still your life. Ah, so it comes with free will. Excellent! I was hoping this wouldn't be one of those ominous, bound to an ancient curse situations. I see a smirk. Oh, he's definitely judging me. Disappointed? Devastated. I look past him at the mist-covered bridge ahead. Now, before I start deciding my path, where were you going before I made that spectacular descent into the river? I'll say you look like a man with somewhere to be. Home? Home, huh? And where might that be? There. He lifts his chin slightly, and as if on cue, the mist moves to reveal a structure at the end of the bridge. Is that a Ryokan? Yes. A Ryokan in the spirit world. Indeed. I spent my whole life running an inn, and fate sends me right back to the front desk. My, the universe has a very dry sense of humor, it seems. And you live there. Yes. I cross my arms, sizing him up. He's as unreadable as ever, but something about his tone is humoring me. With rooms. Yes. A big, sturdy building like that must have plenty of quiet, empty corners. Perhaps a room with a view for a lady who's had a very long day? He shifts ever so slightly, realizing that he has walked straight into whatever trap I have set. Perhaps. Oh dear, very fortunate for me. His arms cross over his chest, and for a second I swear he's fighting back to the urge to smirk. And you intend to claim it, just like that. Well, I did just die and come back as a yokai. I feel like that entitles me to at least one complimentary perk. One. For now. I tap my chin, pretending to think. Tell you what, I'll earn it. Let me help out at your inn. Sweep a few hallways, clean the guest rooms, and look breathtaking while doing it. It'll be a fair trade. There is a bit of silence, then I have made a mistake. Wonderful, I'll take it. He lets out a breath so heavy I'm surprised he doesn't sink into the bridge. The man looks at the river, then at me, clearly mourning his lost peace and quiet. Finally, he gives up on life and starts walking. I follow him with a grin on my face. Well, he can huff and puff till his face turns blue, but I've already mentally claimed a room there. The Ryokan looms ahead and, well, it's a building, technically. It's practically begging to collapse and call it quits. My, it's very... what do the younger people call it these days? Rustic? Not exactly welcome, weary traveler, enjoy your stay, is it? No. This isn't exactly how things used to be, is it? It was. Did the previous owner simply walk out, or did the building just lose the will to live first? Either one sounds equally tragic, though. Please, a man with such impressive shoulders really shouldn't be keeping a house in a place that looks this miserable. Do you honestly expect me to believe it was always quite this inviting? I can practically hear the unspoken sigh before it leaves him. Are you quite finished? No, I haven't even started. Well then, don't let me stop you. That sounds like a challenge, unless, of course, he's mocking me. And then at last we step inside. Oh. That oh is the sound of decades of experience shrieking in horror. It's worse than I thought. A Ryokan should be warm and inviting, but this place... It feels like it's waiting for permission to die, and frankly, looking at those seals, I'm tempted to give it. This is a disaster. I'm aware. Goodness, just like that? No attempt to sugarcoat it? Would there be a point? Alright, that's fair. What happened here? I lost the power to sustain it. My will and the buildings drifted apart. You say that like you misplaced it under a cushion. You can't just lose the ability to maintain a Ryokan. Or can you? I have no idea. Would have been easier if I had. And how long has it been like this? Very long. That at least, I believe. I feel a ghost of a heartbeat in that sentence. This lobby is a wreck, yes, but there's a desperate sort of order to it. Someone is giving their all just to keep this poor place breathing. I should walk away. I'm dead. I've officially retired from the headache of hospitality. But even with that mask hiding his face, I know that slump in his shoulders. I've seen that exact same silhouette in the mirror on the nights I thought my own Ryokan would swallow me whole. It's a heavy burden, isn't it, running a house that's forgotten how to love you back. You are keeping the lights on with sheer willpower even though you are running on empty. You think if you stop, everything ends. I've lived that life. It's a heavy kind of lonely. His hands are still, but those shoulders are shaking. Looks like I've hit a nerve. Have you changed your mind then about staying here? Leave? And let that poor man keep mopping in the dark? I'm not cruel. I can't see an inn like this and walk away, not when it still has bones strong enough to stand. Change my mind? Goodness, I've just upgraded my ambitions. I'm not just going to help out. I'm going to help you revitalize it. I suppose it's true what they say, once an Okami, always an Okami. I simply refuse to let a house with this much history die. Help? Indeed, consider me a very well-timed gift from the heavens or the river, take your pick. I don't need it. Oh, I'm sure you don't, but that doesn't mean you should turn it down. People realize the weight of this place and vanish, or they stay and try to change things they don't understand. Don't call it help then, call it professional meddling. Persistent. And you're very set in your ways. It's a match made in heaven, no? He exhales slowly, starting to realize that no isn't in my vocabulary today. And your prize, what do you gain from tying yourself to a sinking ship? A place to stay, obviously. Is that so? I've lived long enough to know when someone is hiding their true motives behind a clever tongue. He sounds surprisingly amused. Oh, just a little sugar for my soul. You're easy on the eyes, and that's a payment enough for me. Besides, it's either helping out at your creepy Ryokan or wandering around until something with detachable jaws decides I look crunchy. I tilt my head, practically begging for a reaction. A twitch? A frown? But no, not a single spark. He's just giving off this heavy, exhausted silence that's frankly exhausting me just looking at it. Besides, you need help and I need purpose. Let's not complicate a mutually beneficial arrangement. And you assume you can do better in keeping this place than me. I know I can do better. His ears prick up as if I've genuinely surprised him. You claim experience then. Dear, I used to walk barefoot through corridors, balancing ledgers, calming guests, and yelling at staff, all before breakfast. I let the silence hang, watching him piece it together. Then tell me, Okami-sama, what would you do to improve it? Well, moving a single chair would count as a renovation at this point, wouldn't it? We'll start with the cobwebs. They are getting entirely too comfortable and I don't share my workspace with 8 alleged squatters. Then we tackle the lights. It's so dim in here, I can tell if I'm talking to a landlord or a coat rack. It's gloomy even for the afterlife. And I'm pretty sure I felt something evil whispering in that cupboard. I motioned towards the dust-covered reception table next. Jody doesn't even begin to cover it. You want them to check in, not check for exits. I glanced towards the empty seating area where the chairs look rather dusty and unkempt. It's offensive, really. They look like they've forgotten what a human or a spirit even feels like sitting on them. Back in my Ryokan, oh, what a time that was. The lanterns always glowed warmly, the sake never stopped flowing, and I knew the name of every guest who ever dared to flirt with me. I may have been alone behind the curtains, but the halls never were. Laughter, footsteps, whispers in the night, sometimes scandalous, sometimes not. It was loud, it was messy, and most importantly, alive. While this is a shrine to silence, and frankly, silence is a terrible host. It's a disaster, dear, a total heartbreak of a building. And you believe you can fix this? Oh, I don't believe. I know. Arrogant. If you are as skilled as you claim. Oh, it's a very big if for you, isn't it? Feel free to test me. I adore an audience. He studies me for a long moment, and I catch the precise moment he finally realizes he's not winning this or anything else today. Fine, have it your way. But when you fail, don't say I didn't warn you. Careful, by next week you'll be thanking me. You will work here then. Naturally. And you will follow my rules. Define follow. The man just turns on his heels, expecting me to follow. This is going to be entertaining. Well then, now that you've sort of accepted my offer, I suppose I should at least know who my boss is. Shimon. And who are you supposed to be, Shimon? I hope your resume is more impressive than your housekeeping. I'm one of the 4 mystical beasts. He answers with the casual indifference of someone commenting on the weather. I beg your pardon? The azure dragon, the vermilion bird, the white tiger, the black tortoise. I am the white tiger. Wait, the white tiger, the one from the scrolls? The very same. Slowly, I let my gaze travel up and down, actually looking at him. This frail, wilting daikon radish of a man is the legendary Byakko? Huh. Oh, he's just going to simply stand there with that little smirk, isn't he? And how, pray tell, does one of the 4 mystical beasts end up like this? That is not important. It's the most interesting thing in this room. Why are you hiding in a ruin like this? I'm not obliged to answer that. Fine, I'll let it go for now. Fine. Let's start over then. I am Akine, former Okami of Ryokan Tsukikage in the human world. I run my Ryokan for decades. I know how to handle guests, manage staff, and maintain order. Do you now? A challenge? Oh, delightful. Dear, I once managed a summer festival, 3 weddings, and a pipe burst all in one day. While wearing a kimono with a busted hem, I practically breed hospitality. I kept that place running on time, under budget, and with guests so happy they left gifts. Shimon doesn't answer before shaking his head sarcastically. You are very hubristic for a wolf who was just playing log in the rapids a few hours ago. Excuse me? Odd, my memory suggests you were a floating, bedraggled ball of fur that needed saving. I was just testing if I'll die a second time if I actually drown it. Truly. Then you must be thrilled I cut your experiment short. You were looking quite finished. Fine, he won this round. Welcome then to your new home. In that case, boss, why don't you give me the grand tour? I assume you've at least identified which disasters need any attention first. Perhaps. Look at him go, pretending he's not one stiff breeze away from a tumble. Naturally, I match his pace. I could easily overtake him and do a lap around this dusty hallway, but why ruin the view? It's high-quality entertainment watching a legendary beast play. I'm fine when he's actually exhausted. Just as I'm considering how long he'll keep up the act, I catch sight of my reflection in a dusty mirror. Right. I'm still wearing his robe. It's scandalously slipping off one shoulder, wrapping around me in a way that could either be elegant or suggestive, depending on the lighting. My, and here I am, strolling through your home in nothing but your clothing. What would the spirits say? Shimon stops mid-step and turns to me. You require proper clothing. Do I? I think this look has a certain charm, a bit daring, quite refined actually. Stay here. Such a commanding tone. He doesn't dignify me with a response, rude, and disappears down a hall, leaving me alone. I take the opportunity to glance around. What was this place like before when it was alive? And why does he seem so reluctant to talk about it? Before I can dig too deeply into my own curiosity, Shimon returns carrying a neatly folded kimono. The moment my fingers brush the fabric, I notice something immediately. It's well kept. There is a faint lingering scent, soft, floral, and distinctly not his. A woman's scent. Oh, Shimon, who's the lucky lady and why am I wearing her kimono? Ask about the kimono, just thank him. Okay, there might be some... Yeah, she's funny, isn't she? Yeah, she's very like... Because, like, I get so tired of having, like, these naive, very dumb, naive protagonists, you know, like... Which is fine, okay, I'm saying this, but it's fine. They are supposed to be green, they are supposed to be maidens in the fact that they are like virgins and all of it. But she was an old lady, okay? She passed by things, she has another resistance in her mind. And you know that, I mean, when you reach a certain age, you start like acting in another way, seeing things through another lens. And yeah, you start like being more open with a lot of things that, especially like in terms of this like flirting and all of it, you start just getting a bit more bolder about it. I do think so. Yeah, she's funny. So I was going to say that if we ask, we might remember that we just saw through the description of the game that he has some kind of wounds. And I'm kind of like feeling that if we ask, we might be opening a path to those wounds. So I'm just going to say thank you. Just thank him. Let's not pry too much. I don't know if it's the correct answer. It's just like probably how I would act. So thank you. I say it gently, accepting the kimono with both hands. The teasing lilt in my voice fades just a touch. I could ask. I want to ask. Of course we want. The scent clings like memory. Someone cared for this or was cared for, but we've only just met, haven't we? But perhaps some stories aren't meant to be touched with curious fingers right away. Yeah, I do think it's like I chose that one because I felt that. I was like, let's go slow. We don't know if it's better for us to just be touching that situation already. The fabric brushes against my skin and nostalgia washes over me. I wore a kimono like this once, long ago, on the night my heart first cracked open. He said he couldn't stay, said the inn was too quiet in the winter. And yet he had no trouble keeping warm in someone else's arms the following spring. Yeah, we know how it is. Yeah, we know. It's always like this, right? I remember watching his back as he walked away, snow in my sleeves, sake in my blood, and pride in my spine. I smiled, waved, bowed like a good hostess, and cried into the dishwater after midnight. Ah, youth, so dramatic, so hydrated. But it's long past now. See, like, she has like another way of seeing life, and yeah, and I kind of identify myself with this because, you know, I'm not in my 20s or 30s, you know, so it's like you've already passed by things during your life, so you start seeing things in another way. You start like, even like relationships nowadays, I do not take them in the same way. It's more like, oh yeah, like you stop, like in a certain way you stop caring, and sometimes it's like it's bad too, because in relationships sometimes you think like, maybe I should have been more in there, being more worried about this, being more like into the relationship, honestly. And sometimes, like, when you reach a certain age, you stop caring, because you know that in the next week or something, it's kind of like she was saying, oh, then the guy is going to be in someone else's arms like next week or something. You know, you reach a point where things do not have the same weight on you, you know, and there's a freedom in that, but there is also a sadness in that. Stop caring about certain things, you know. Yeah, there's that too. But it's long past now. I'll take good care of it. He doesn't answer, but the brief twitch of his ears tell me he heard me. Change quickly, there is still much to see. I decide not to push further, not now. This hallway leads to the guest rooms. How many are there? More than enough, but they are unused. Don't worry, boss. I have plenty of ideas to bring life back to this place. I will reserve judgment. He strides ahead before I can return. The scenery has changed, but the dance hasn't. Checking latches, counting shadows, keeping the world from falling apart. I spent decades doing exactly what he's doing now. He looks just as bone-tired as I felt the day everything ended. This is one of the guest rooms. Oh! He slides the shoji door open with a smooth motion, revealing the room inside. I hope no one died in this room. Not yet. None yet. Not yet. None yet. His voice is as dry as the air in here. Seems like evil spirits are the only ones staying here. This needs to change. I swished my tail, stepping further inside. A little warmth, a little charm, a lot of exorcism and scrubbing, and this place could be something special. I simply cannot wait. Alright, first order of business, who's cleaning all this? That would be you. My dear, you really think I'll fall for that? You are the Okami now. Yes, and a proper Okami delegates. Speaking of, where are all the staff? Surely you weren't running this place alone? No, there were others. Were? A soldier spirit who cooked, a broom that never stopped sweeping, a lazy river dweller who barely did anything unless bribed. When my strength faded, they withdrew. Yokai bound to a place need energy to remain. Without it, they slumber or disappear. So they've been asleep this whole time. Perhaps, or waiting, I can no longer tell the difference. He says it like it doesn't hurt, but something in his voice tells me it does. His weight shifts, something is off. Boss? His posture wavers, his balance falters, and before I know it, he collapses. Shimon! I move without thinking, catching him before he fully crumples to the floor. It's a good thing I've got the strength of a wolf now, otherwise we'll both be a heap on the floor. He's lighter than I expected. Surprisingly so, for someone built like a mountain god, I thought I'll need divine intervention, or at least a sturdy wheelbarrow. You overdid it, didn't you? Silence. I sigh, pressing my fingers lightly to his wrist, checking the pulse beneath his skin. Wait, do yokais even have a pulse? I am alive. A smooth, stray lock of white hair away from his mask, brushing it carefully behind his ear. I smoothed. What did I say? Something else, probably. Okay, I don't say it again. Where is it? Like, sorry, it's just... Yeah. I smooth a stray lock of white hair away from his mask, brushing it carefully behind his ear. It's like that. It looks like he might respond, but in the end, he doesn't. Lucky for you, dear. You've just hired the best Okami there is. He growls softly. I take that as acceptance. Now, where's your broom? Necessary. Yes, I forgot he's one of those. The quiet, brooding types who wear their past like a second mask and dare you to ask what's underneath. Let me guess. You think you can sleep anywhere, don't you? Yes. No, absolutely not. If I let you, you'll curl up in some drafty hallway and waste away in your sleep. A proper Ryokan master must have a proper room. He exhales aggressively, the nerve. Look, you can fight me on this, or you can just tell me where it is, and I'll let you sleep in peace. Your choice. End of the hall. All right, boss, up we go. So this is Shimon's room. It's exactly what I expected, which is to say, very dull. It's organized to a fault, but it's completely hollow. He's clearly decided that living is just a series of chores between naps. I'm tempted to put down a shoji table out of spite. I shifted my grip again, still surprised I'm carrying him at all, to be honest, and lower him carefully onto the futon. The second he touched the mattress, his body fully gave him to the exhaustion. You've made your life so small, haven't you? Most people kept a memento to remember, to remind them of who they are. If you've stripped everything away, what exactly are you holding on to? Silence, which is expected, but still. Let's not take his mask. He's wearing the mask for some reason. I do think so. Help change his clothes. I think so. I think it's better. Shimon is drenched in sweat without thinking. Yeah, I probably said something wrong in there. Yeah, I did. Because that's what happens when I'm like reading one thing and the other thing in two different languages. Shimon is drenched in sweat without thinking. I reach for the collar of his robe, loosening the fabric slightly to help him breathe. Yeah, and sometimes it's hard for me because I said this a ton of times. You roll the tongue while speaking, and most of the languages that I speak, I don't, and then it's kind of hard for me to be like saying things in one language and going back to yours and then saying it in the other ones where I don't roll it and I need to roll again. It's probably hard for you to understand, but it's just like that. And then it gets confusing in my mind too. And my fingers brush his chest and he's absolutely searing. Yeah, the people that actually like have to deal with this, they will probably understand what I'm trying to tell you. Because in America, most of you you only have like English. Some of you might know a bit of Spanish too, because I think you have Spanish in there, right? Yeah. But it's very hard, honestly. It's very hard. And then imagine you have like certain words where it's kind of like the same in two languages. Like imagine they are the same, but the where you put the accent in where you put like the accent in a syllable in there is like in a different way, doing some more emphasis at the beginning or at the end, or so sometimes in my head, especially when I'm dealing like with several languages in here, it's messy. It's very messy, because it's like I need to go back to one and then I need to go back to the other and then I need messy. Is he running a fever? And at the moment I touch him, it's my own face that starts burning up. He's conscious enough to point towards the chest, which means he knows exactly where my hands are, and he's not doing a thing to stop them. And are there clothes in there? He gives the smallest nod, head tilting, observing me. Yeah, I'm reading it very raw, I'm reading it as I'm going along in here with you. So things are going to happen. Me mispronouncing, or like sometimes I go back and I'm like, oh, that's not the way, but it's happening in a very raw way. It's just I'm reading it for the first time with you in here, so it's like, things are going to happen. I move to the chest, slide it open. Inside a stack of folded robes, identical in design. I grab one from the top and return. All right, let's get you out of this, boss. No funny business. I'm doing this as a professional, a responsible adult. I know how to do this. I've spent decades managing crises and tending to sick staff and guests. But as I kneel here, my hands feel like they belong to a stranger. I pull the rope down, my palm grazing his back by mistake. Shimon inhales as a tremor runs through him. And Kami-sama, I am definitely out of my depth. Hold still, all right? Shimon exhales slowly now, then speaks with a low tone. You are very thorough, Okami-sama. My fingers freeze just below his collarbone. my heart does something rather scandalous. To think he's half dead with fever and still has the gall to tease me. I hold my tongue, but only because his fever is doing the talking for him. There, that's better. You'll be back to grumbling at me in no time. I find a stray fold in his sleeve just to keep my hand against him. It's an excuse to stay close, but Shimon doesn't call my bluff. Sleep well, Shimon. Now that that's settled, he really was planning to shoulder all of this alone, wasn't he? How long has he been carrying this weight? There's no staff to help out in this broken place, and this man is too stubborn to ask for help. But I've always had a soft spot for beautiful things in need of repair. And you, White Tiger, are long overdue for someone to take care of you for once. I will drag this place back to life and maybe you along with it. Alright, this place is a mess, let's fix that. So, tutorial: interact with dirt, cobwebs, and evil spirits using the mouse left click until they are removed from the environment. Ice, sharp, dust, cobwebs, gunk, whatever doesn't belong, it's getting evicted. This is still a Ryokan, gosh darn it, and it will start acting like one. The environment will change once you have cleaned everything, okay? Let's keep finding and clearing every nook and cranny. The more I clean, the lighter the air will feel. In every area there are 3 objects that can give you information about Shimon's past and the history of the Ryokan. Find them before the area is clean to unlock a secret scene at the end of each chapter. Oh, okay, 3 objects, right? And who knows, I might dig up a few little secrets the boss forgot to dust over while I'm at it. Oh, do I need to go to the map or... Wait, let me check it. Yeah, I needed to go to the map. Okay. So, objective. Clean dirty spots and exorcise spirit 7. Well, this little embroidery has hand-stitched initials in white letter M. No guest takes the time to embroider a napkin just for fun. Yeah, I am seeing all of that. I am just remember that she told us that we had like 3 things in here. So I'm like trying to see what could those 3 things be. Oh, okay. Ah, an Ofuda. Whomever the writer was, they prayed for Byako, not to Byako. Okay, for not to... Okay, I see it. What else? Something in here? No. Oh, what is this? Oh, I found it. A charm tied with careful knots. I don't think it's a mere decoration. I wonder if Shimon's strength had already won it back then. Okay, we found the 3, so now we can go to the other things. Makiwa, honestly, boss, what were you doing out here all these years? Okay. Absolutely not. I refuse to be dragged underwater by these hands. Do I need in here? No. Oh, there's one in here. Oh, wonderful. Whispering from the trees probably eavesdropping spirits. We have one in here too. Glowing eyes watching me from the mist. Lovely. Exactly the atmosphere I wanted for a cozy Ryokan. Well, that's either caused by swamp gas or a creature lurking underneath the water. I don't want to deal with either. I don't think about what caused it, just scrub it clean. With like blood or something, I don't know. We need one more. I mean, there's a lot of things. that you click and you don't have. Okay, nature is reclaiming this place. I suppose I should reclaim it. Off with you, vines. Okay, it's the vines. Okay, I need one more, but I'm not certain now. I mean, it's in here. We just keep clicking till we find something. For me, it would have like a 10 of things. A lot more than just the 7. You have like these cracks and all of it. Oh my god. I'm finding it strange that I don't have nothing at the entrance. Strange. What? It's not happening. Oh, it's because I clicked. I only clicked once in the vine, so that's why it wasn't counting in there. Okay, I see it. Okay, so this one is clean. I think we need to go to the other one, right? Okay, entrance. They were like, when they were like doing the illustration, I think they showed this one. Yeah, they did. Packed, but never used, huh? Or maybe whomever had this left in such a hurry that it was forgotten. I wonder why Shimon never bothered moving it. A torn scroll, either someone left in a hurry and accidentally ripped it, or there was a fight and this was the aftermath. Okay. Someone is still waiting here, but for what or whom? Okay. You know, if you're going to lurk inside the cupboard, at least offer to help dust. Yeah, but it's kind of hard to... Okay, this one too. Guests should be signing in, not having a sneezing fit. Let's clean this guest book. But look at this handwriting, very sophisticated, very intricate. I think whomever wrote this was probably the type who labeled all the storage jars and rearranged the towels when bored. Oh, there's something in here too. A little light would be fine, preferably the non-ominous kind. Oh, it wasn't. I thought it could be, but it wasn't. Oh, maybe this one? Yeah, it is this one. Even though the writing has faded, he still keeps it here. I think this wooden plaque is important to him. Okay, let's go to the other things. Of course, there's dried blood on the floor because this place wasn't creepy enough already. More things in here. Ah, yes, cobweb to the face. More haunted manner than Ryokan, really. Right above the guest book, that's just rude. No one wants to sign in under a spider ambush. There's also in here, I think the windows are the only ones dazzling in this Ryokan, thanks to these suspicious yellow stains. And I am missing one. Is it the plants or something? No? Wait, what could it be? Not this one. Oh, it's in here. Okay, I wasn't seeing that one because of the other thing that was on top of it. The poor plant is trying its best, so the creepy crawlies have to go. So area cleaned, and we found the 3 objects. Let's go to the guest room. So what is this? Ah, of course, because sleep paralysis wasn't terrifying enough already. Okay, it wasn't. Oh, maybe this little thing? This charm looks handmade, crude shape, but with love in every dent. It's a tiger like the Byakko. He kept it, so either he's sentimental or really bad at spring cleaning. Serene mind like still water. I think that means a mind unruffled by events and the stresses of life. Is that what the writers strive it for? What other thing? Maybe in here? Yes. This letter's been hidden here and folded so many times before. I read the sentence, Dear Shimon, and immediately close it again. This item feels too personal. I don't think it's my place to snoop around. So she wants to know, but then she's like, oh no, it's better not, you know. Okay, we have the 3 things. Now we can go to all of the other ones. I hope this isn't a guest's leftovers. That would be very awkward to clean. I'm not touching it with my bare hands to make sure. I hope Shimon doesn't keep a literal corpse in here instead of figuratively. Imagine sleeping here and a face peeks from behind the glass like a clinging past lover that just won't go away. A beautiful view like this ruined by spiders with no sense of hospitality. Blasphemous. If anything lunges out of this closet, I swear I'm setting it on fire with sake. Okay, another one. Who wants to sleep with a cobweb over their heads? And no one, but I mean, it's fine. Okay, I think everything is clean. We found the 3 items in all of the areas. I step back, surveying my work with no small amount of satisfaction. The dust gone. The cobwebs vanquished. The evil spirits are probably migrating somewhere else. Then I hear footsteps behind me. I turn just as Shimon enters and... No. Why is he handsome? Why does he look like that after barely a nap? His skin has color again, his shoulders look broader, his jawline is more defined, and I bet I can use it to slice mochi. Can sleeping for a little bit change his appearance so drastically? Is that even allowed? My gaze absolutely betrays me, and of course he notices. I clear my throat so hard I might have dislodged my spine and immediately throw my hands towards the freshly cleaned lobby. Well, look who's up and walking. What do you think? It is acceptable. Oh, I'm sorry, did I misheard? Because it sounded like you just undersold my miracle work here. Everything is still standing. That is an improvement. I gasp, hand to my chest like he just struck me with a mortal wound. Everything is still standing. After all I've done, this is the level of praise I get. Would you prefer a ceremony, a festival in your honor? A small compliment wouldn't hurt. I will see if the spirits can play instruments. He just joked back. Did my ears trick me? Admit it, you're impressed. You did well. Wait, say it again. No. Just once more, please, so I can cherish your compliment. I will say only this. It is nice to walk through a place that does not resemble an evil spirit's final resting place. Haha, victory. I fold my arms triumphantly while he, well, I can tell what his expression is under that mask, but I know that he approves. Perhaps it is time. time to reopen, start gathering power again. Then let's do it. I stepped forward, tilting my head, watching him closely. I'll make this Ryokan shine again, boss. Just you watch. We will see. No, we will succeed. He's gone, and for the first time in ages, the Ryokan feels like it's alive again. Well, I've cleared the grime. How do you say? Grime? I always forget about this one. I always forget it. See, because like I use it so few times that I end up forgetting it. I think it's grime. But the real mess is about to arrive soon. You know, like I'm always like this. This wasn't in the schedule. I said, let's have tea near the bridge and watch the river, not let's accidentally dig up your entire emotional history, boss. But here we are, right before the inn is about to open its doors again. Figured we could both use a moment to breathe before someone inevitably demands a refund since we are understaffed. So I set the cups down, steal a glance at him, and say, tea? Ocha? He replied with a nod, and now he's sitting across from me as I pour the tea. Tell me something, boss. Have you ever shared tea with someone as alluring as I am? I would rather not answer. You'll get cocky. Oh, he thinks he's clever tonight. Careful, say one more charming thing and I might start thinking this is a date. It is merely tea. He sips unbothered while I sip louder and very bothered. You're lucky I find deadpan charm appealing. I used to sit like this with someone many years ago. He had lovely hands and terrible timing. Did he leave? Sad life at the Ryokan wasn't romantic enough. Shame I looked very good in an apron. What about you? Surely even white tigers have a romantic phase. He sets his cup down, then pauses. Come on, boss, give me something. There was someone. Now we're getting somewhere. Someone, huh? That's all I get? You did not offer a name either. Alright, fair, but mine didn't leave behind some fancy handmade gifts like calligraphy or a tiger figurine that you can find laying around. It seems like that one got a reaction. You've been snooping, it seems. I manage an inn, so I don't snoop, dear, I uncover. What was she like? She liked quiet places. Then she would have hated me. She would, but I wouldn't. My, dangerous choice of words. That was quite a bold statement, boss. Interpret it however you wish. But you defected from my original question. Of course I didn't mean to pry, boss. I'm above that. But I was just wondering if I should be jealous of a ghost with good taste. Jealousy would be pointless. So is resisting me, and yet here we are. We finish our tea in silence. Well then, that's enough honesty for one cup. Agreed. Let him keep his secrets. For now. Seems like word travels faster than smoke in the afterlife. I'm finishing up my rounds when the sound of shuffling footsteps hits the porch. My, is this the place with the new Okami? I felt the energy all the way down the old road. Oh heavens, the first one has arrived. So soon? I have my most charming welcome practice to perfection, but as I open my mouth, the shadows behind them begin to multiply. Suddenly, there are 3, 6, a dozen sets of glowing eyes behind them. Welcome, welcome. Oh, goodness me. One at a time, if you please. My greeting is lost in the noise. They are ignoring me entirely. The guest rooms might be ready, but the rest of the Ryokan is a disgrace. I haven't had time to hide. I need backup immediately. Time to find the one man who refuses to panic. Boss, Shimon, we have guests, quite a lot of them, very suddenly. The Ryokan is not ready for this level of enthusiasm. I need your assistance in the lobby immediately. Oh, thank Kami-sama. He appears beside me instantly, looking far too serene for a man whose lobby is packed with curious yokai. It seems like many have felt my energy changing. I clutched his sleeve and hauled him towards the hallway, nearly tripping over in panic. Court CP, damn, we are not ready. The onsen is a mess, the kitchen is a disaster, and the dining room is still possessed. I'm a professional, but I am not a miracle worker. What do we do? He surveys the chaos pouring in, irritatingly unfazed. Handle what you can handle, improvise the rest. Improvise? Oh heavens, I'm going to faint. Are you suggesting I wing an opening night for these many souls? Consider it your first real test. The gall of that man. Does he actually believe in me, or is he just hoping to see me humiliated? I don't know, and I don't care. But this woman refuses to be a laughingstock. A Ryokan must never turn away a guest. Let's show everyone what this new Okami is capable of, shall we? I return to the guests and welcome the 3 new guests walking in. 3 of them, the kitsunes, right? Finally, these doors are open again. Smells different too, less decay, more welcoming. Must be the new Okami's touch. Oh, flattery suits you, darlings. Keep it up and I might accidentally leave an extra bottle of sake in your room tonight. That's right. This your new Okami, Akine, I'm the one doing the impossible and making sure our Byako-sama over there stays properly stressed. Quite bold. Oh, she's fun. We'll see how long it lasts. I flash them a green sharp enough to make a grumpy Oni blush, but before I can really get my momentum going, another guest saunters in. It's wait, 2 tails, pointy ears, right, a nekomata. I think I've only read about them in Dusty Scrolls, but seeing one in flesh, well, soul, is a different story. New Okami is very cute. Cute, am I? Heavens, if they only knew the panic behind this cute smile, they'll be truly impressed. And then a tanuki arrives with his eyes glinting and his pockets jingling. As I said, like I'm just reading it raw, and then you also have like this thing, which is like you have this is written in Romanji. This is not in the original Japanese, which is like sometimes it makes me like, what? yeah, because like just reading it like this is very good when you're learning, okay? But then after, like, there's a lot of symbolism in each of them. You know, the kanji that you see. A new house and a new face. I bet the rates are still flexible. Look at that, I almost want to charge him double just for the sheer audacity. But my real entertainment arrives on cue. Shimon finally steps in. You may ask for a reimbursement if you have problems with our service. Boss, we are still severely lacking staff here. Please do not say something so bold. The tanuki whistles smugly. Oh, look at you, all polished and polite again. I thought you'd forgotten how to host. It has been a long time, old friend. Would you listen to that voice? Goodness, he's actually being quite pleasant. My, such grace, Byako-sama. Have you been hiding this side of yourself from me on purpose? I have always been charming, Okami-sama. Oh, I could have a lot more fun with this new, rejuvenated, charming Shimon. Another guest walks in before I can answer to that. Well, I've heard about the tale of a rare mountain dweller from Kumamoto. He's an Abura Sumashi. He's smiling, but his smile looks rather concerned. The old Okami, she's not here? I immediately catch the tension in Shimon's shoulders. The Abura Sumashi is asking exactly what I've been dying to know and what Shimon has stubbornly refused to answer. It's the forbidden topic, isn't it? The great taboo. If I can't get the truth from Shimon, maybe I can get it from him instead. Is it worth the risk? No. I think I never, and that's like me, I always try to go to the font, you know, because I think it's kind of wrong for you to just go around. So divert the conversation. Well, let's not dwell on people who have moved on. This is a Ryokan and it's high time we have some cheer in here. Yeah, I don't know if this is going to end up like giving me a bad ending, but I'm kind of like, I think I prefer to do it like that. Like I wouldn't be rude like that. Although yeah, she has like that personality. She has that personality that she would be like totally fine to ask those questions and just go with it, right? Honestly, my predecessor left me with quite the mess to scrub away. No matter, I've never been one to shy away from a little challenge. That's quite a heavy burden for a new Okami, let alone such a young yokai. Oh, I like it heavy. And I'm also incredibly thorough, so I promise everyone will leave with a smile on their face. Isn't that right, boss? Well, I wonder if Shimon approves. And there it is, the tension has definitely drained out of him. Ah. Oh, a laugh? Or was that a scoff? Regardless, I am officially in control of the situation. Let's hope this keeps up. Regardless, it was the same one. I forget that when in the transitions you still have like the same sentence in there. I was forgetting about that. Listen to that, the sweet sound of chaos and heavy luggage clattering on the floor. Laughter is skipping through the corridors again, and frankly, it's about time. Well, almost, because these walls are still wearing a bit too much gloom for my taste. We really must do something about this as soon as we can. A lovely revival you have here, truly. It has such a character. Though I find myself wondering if you hired new staff. They look rather unwelcoming. Your eyes are as sharp as your taste, my lady. It is a work in progress, I assure you. You see, I'm merely letting the building wake up slowly. One wouldn't want to startle the spirits with too much brilliance all at once, isn't it? They'll get angry. That's so. It must be exhausting playing the perfect hostess while you're so clearly undermanned. But don't worry, little Okami. With a tongue as sharp as yours, I'm sure you'll find a way to fix everything eventually. She winks, then disappears into her room. I look at my boss, fishing for a compliment, waiting for any gesture of acknowledgement. A nod, a sigh of relief, maybe even a smile if he's feeling particularly charitable. Or, heavens willing, even a chuckle. You are absolutely glowing, boss. I take it you're thrilled. Thrilled might be pushing it, but yes, this is acceptable. pleased with the inn or with the view in front of you? Okami-sama, you are reaching. Reaching? Dear, I don't need to reach. You already hurt me. Then hold back a little. The guests can only handle so much of you. My, that was quite a dangerous ask. Very well, boss. We shall see. But of course, he's already turning his back, returning that utterly infuriating brick wall composure of his before I can manage to answer that. Come, Okami-sama. You have a Ryokan to run. We have no time to play around. The check-in was the easy part. See, like it goes into that transition and it keeps the same sentence in there. The dinner is looming, we are short on hands and on patience as well, and the dining hall alongside the kitchen still looks like a disgrace. So the great Okami-sama will be hand-delivering meals tonight after she has made them herself somehow. I wouldn't cook a turnip in there, but I have knives and Shimon keeps fresh ingredients for himself. Sashimi and hand-pressed onigiri will simply do. What's this? One old tray for 20 mouths? Ah, prestige my tale. A meal is coming, elder, and another behind it, and another behind that. I ask only a sliver of patience, perhaps? Then I expect my rice and pickles to be served alongside it. Have the standards of this establishment fallen so far that we are now skipping courses? You bark so loudly for someone already holding a tray at your door, elder. Why not savor what you've been given? Silence, Parasol. Esteemed guests, please. A professional establishment requires a certain level of decorum. If you're quite done, I have a kitchen to attend to. I glide away before they can reply, with one tray in each hand and another in balance on my tail. Well, hasn't this old cow learned a handy little trick? 1 door, 2 doors, 3 doors. Your dinner, honored guest. Flash the smile, drop the bow, and pivot. Back I go for more. Heavens, I'm making this look good. If I had this energy in my past life, I wouldn't have to sell my old Ryokan. But oh dear, one wing down and my arms are aching in the most unflattering way. Those last trays on the counter look like they've doubled in weight since I last saw them. Is this overwork speaking, or does a new yokai body come with strength that drains quicker than expected? I reach for the next one and oh! A hand appears beside mine, lifting the tray right out of my grasp. Your pace is impressive, Okami-sama. Your balance is another matter. Excuse me? Teasing? From him? Oh, taking a good look at my form, are you? If you're just going to stand there enjoying the show while I struggle with grace, the least you could do is offer a hand. I pivot away too fast, rushing to grab another tray, and my foot catches the edge of the mat. Ah! Oh dear. My grip fails and I stumble forward. Talk about a lack of grace. I brace for the fall, but instead of the floor, I hit something warm and surprisingly solid. Careful, Okami-sama. He sets me back upright before picking up another full stack of dishes. Oh my, he's far too close for my composure. Shimon moves to take the heavy lift of my hands, and somehow my heart does a little somersault that has nothing to do with my near trip before. Well now, boss, and here I thought you were only good at carrying out authority. There is more to me than authority, Okami-sama. Most of which you have yet to see. For a moment, I'm unable to retort. If you need my help that much, I suppose I can lend a hand or two. Give me half the rooms, I will take the far wing, you handle the near one. For the first time tonight, I found my rhythm because he's setting the tempo. He moves quite effortlessly, knocking, bowing, delivering food so easily as if he's done this 1,000 times before. The Shimon I first met would never be able to do something like this. Is he drawing power from the guests? Perhaps their presence is feeding his stamina. Why, if that magic keeps him this lively, I might encourage even more visitors. As we pass in the middle of the corridor, Shimon clatters his tray gently with a sly smirk. Heavens, he's smooth, and did he just challenge me without saying anything? Adorable. Give me a quick breather and I'll show him who really has the stamina. Alright, I am halfway there. As I reach for the next tray, his hand finds mine instead. Careful, this one is heavier. Oh, he's being protective. How quaint. His hand is warm, I'll give him that, but we have many hungry doors between us and a finished shift. I'm not letting a perfectly good dinner go cold for the sake of a moment. This one's mine. Why don't you go make sure every tray found its target? I'll hate for a guest to starve on your watch. Understood. I watch him walk off while I balance the tray right back to reality. Later that night, room deliveries are finally done and I'm still flushed from running after deliveries and one very distracting tiger. Honestly, at my age, blushing should be out of style, yet here I am. The Ryokan survives and so do I. Barely. Look at this man standing there with that smug little smirk. Amused or just satisfied? Hard to tell with that mask on. Well, at least he is not displeased. Well handled, Okami-sama. Well, it seems like your stamina has returned along with the guests. You're looking far too energetic today while I'm nearly on my last legs. I suppose I have you to thank for my renewed spirit. I will have to admit that you've proven yourself quite capable of waking up things I thought were long dormant. Oh, the implications. As I said, I have juggled the worst things without breaking a sweat in my old Ryokan. Well, surely you have more interesting stories about running a Ryokan. I might be interested in hearing more of them. You can retire and call it a night, or you can join me for tea. Is that an invitation to talk at this hour, after he spent all evening watching me lose my composure? Let's see how this will pan out. My, you're bold to ask. What's the itinerary if I actually indulge you? Nothing scandalous, Okami-sama. I intend to sit, listen to your stories, and perhaps also enjoy the evening while I'm at it. Oh heavens, is he being earnest? That's much more lethal than his usual smirk. We walk into the garden and sit beside each other with the tea set in hand. Shimon reaches for the teapot first to pour it before I do. Allow me. You worked enough tonight. Oh, he's pouring for her. Okay. Yeah, there's a meaning to that. There is a meaning. It has to do with the honor and how much you kind of like praise that person. Not on this Okami watch. A good hostess always pours for her employer. Yeah, because they have like this thing that it's like, imagine, it's like you being the junior and you having like your senpai, and you are going to pour for your senpai. Do you understand? It's like kind of like a respectful thing. Do you understand? But in this case, she could totally refuse and accept that he was pouring for her, and she should just like be very grateful about it. But I think she's kind of like being like this as she always is, like because she's just like saying no, you know, I am the female manager in here, so I am going to pour for you, you know. Let me. Shimon freezes in place before letting me take over. Very well, I won't argue. Now then. I could be proper, just pour the tea, keep my hands close by, and talk about my past while being the exemplary Okami. Or after seeing how handsy he was with me during the dinner rush. I could offer to work out the knots in his shoulders while talking instead. Say, a helpful gesture between peers, perhaps. Let's offer a back rub. After I serve his tea, I give my fingers a snappy little stretch. It's high time I showed this man what a professional-grade back rub actually feels like. You know, boss, those shoulders look quite stiff. How about a back rub? It might be the only way to get you to actually unwind. He hesitates, stopping mid-sip, and I can almost see the gears turning behind that mask of his. A generous offer, however, I think you've done quite a lot for one night. I won't have you fatigue on my conscience. There it is. But it is a no. But it is a no, or just that infuriating polite shield of his. Oh, okay. Does he think I'm just being helpful, or is he waiting to see if I have the gall to insist? Curious. Oh, hush, boss. You literally carried the weight of the dinner service on your shoulders tonight. Would you let me repay the favor? He doesn't say a word. Well, heaven forbid he admits to wanting a back rub, but he merely shifts his position as if inviting me to come over. I would be a fool not to take that chance, so my hands immediately find his shoulders. And oh goodness, if I press any harder, I'll need a chisel. You can pretend to be an unbothered soul all you want, Shimon, but these nods say otherwise. Boss, I swear these shoulders could stop a rampaging Tengu. How long have you been holding this in? I was unaware it was so apparent. Apparent? I'm tempted to fetch an actual hammer for these knots. Now, just relax and let's see if I can undo a few decades, centuries of damage. I've lost count, truly. He lifts his cup, trying to look composed, though his shoulders soften bit by bit under my hands. My hands are working their magic on his back when the air between us starts to thrum. Oh, what have we here? I came here to relax him, but it feels like the house, or maybe the man himself, is feeling me energy strong enough to release muscle pain. You know your way around a knot, I see. Dear, to become a good Okami, one must learn about managing stress. I can tell exactly where someone is hiding their exhaustion. Interesting, and where am I hiding mine? Right here. I press into the exact knot tucked beneath his shoulder blade, firm enough to make Shimon tense. And here. I move my hand upward, following the line of tension until it reaches the curve of his neck, then very softly brush my finger near his temple. I wonder if there are stress lines under that mask of his. I see. I've heard about how hardworking you were. You've told me a few times already. I wonder what made you start working in the Ryokan. He's actually curious. It's almost cute. Well, the Ryokan I owned belonged to my family for generations. I was practically raised under the front desk. It was my whole world. I I see, then our beginnings aren't so different. Oh, did you have parents? My beginning wasn't a birth, it wasn't nearly as grounded as yours. But every time I return, I always wake up here. To me, existence is the energy that comes with my guests at sunrise. I didn't grow up in a Ryokan, Akine. I am the Ryokan. Don't you ever get the urge to step out of the gates? I have walked the paths, but not for long. The afterlife is vast, and the territories beyond this one are claimed by others. So it's a cycle then. You were always meant to come back to these halls. Maybe, but meaning isn't the same as choice. Say, back then, did you ever dream of being something else? Or was the title of Okami the only thing you ever wanted to be? I used it. I wanted to do everything that girls in stories have. Travel, grand mistakes. Oh, sorry, it was me. I clicked. It was me. Sorry. Oh, can't this go faster? The stories, grand mistakes, perhaps conquering the world. But I always knew where my journey would end. I accepted it early on. Was there anything else you regret not doing? No, nothing else. Oh no, boss, you're thinking again, are you? It's a bit unfair, really. You're doing all that heavy brooding behind a mask where I can't even see the handsome furrow of your brow. Don't be greedy with those troubles, Shimon. Let your Okami share the burden. I promise I am a very good listener. It's been a while since I've had someone bold enough to tell me that. But I shall try. With that, the tension in his shoulders gradually loosens. We didn't say anything much for the rest of the night, and I did manage to get him to unwind before the tea got cold. Both of us walk towards our rooms as our little tea time is finished. We reach the corner of the hall. My room is down one side, his the other. He stops abruptly, and I find myself turning towards him. Rest, Okami-sama, you've earned it. Look at you, such a perfect gentleman. Are you sure you're not feverish again? Shimon pauses for a little bit before speaking again. It is good that you came into this Ryokan. There goes my heart, doing a clumsy little somersault. Boss, a Ryokan is only as steady as the Okami who leads it. You've proven you are exactly what this place needs. Goodness, you are a dangerous man when you decide to be sweet. Well then, I shall prove myself even more tomorrow. You'll be surprised. I'll be waiting. And just like that, he's gone. He retreats into the shadows and leaves me here to simply melt. I'm standing in a dark hallway with an obvious blush that would put a sunset to shame. I should be thinking about tomorrow's breakfast, but instead I'm replaying today's interactions with Shimon. Another time, Akine, before you faint. Okay. This is the demo. Liked it. It was very good. I think I liked it the most because she was different, okay? Like, she was more like I would love most of our protagonists to be. Just like going forward. Just going forward and being playful and, you know, just not being that constant, oh, I need to do good in this world. Especially, like, I wouldn't even say like with our Western visual novels, but with the Japanese ones, you know, I mean, it's a Japanese thing too, but they're always like this, I need to be this angel, I need to be this saint, and I need to always be a good person, like, you know. It's like always like this, and you're like, oh my god, please give me something different in here, you know? Like sometimes I would even prefer if they would give us like a tsundere type of like protagonist, because I'm just like, oh, I cannot even more with like these. Most of the times they are just like that really dance type of girl. It's just like, oh god. Yeah, I really liked this one, and I wanted to continue seeing the rest of it. So that's it. This one is still not completely out. We need to wait for it to come out. We could do one more today. Unfortunately, I cannot. Yeah, there's that. Unfortunately, I cannot. Another thing that I wanted to tell you is that, yeah, the sound is off. Is that I've been kind of like looking at most things in terms of like what I'm going to bring after we finish like the demos that I have in here for the Okami games. And for the others, like for some Yuri and some BL ones, I've only managed to gather like 10. Yeah, like very few. And I'm going to tell you why. Especially like the BL ones. Most of what I found, they had sexual scenes. Okay, even the demos had those. So I was like, I am not going to bring these ones, you know. Yuri was like more positive in that, you know, like you don't have like so much with sexual scenes. But still, they were, most of them, they were titles that or came from like companies that are very well known, or like imagine they are fully voice acted, publishers that you already know very well and have like a certain renown. Many of them did not even have a demo. So, you know, I got some. I was like, I'm just getting some. And even like when we are doing the Okami games, many of them have the LGBT thing that they can be used if you like the Yuri routes. Like many of them have like a Yuri route too. So I was like, maybe we don't need like that many. And I still have a ton of free ones, and I still have a ton in Itch.io to do too. So I'm just going to bring some of them, okay? Just some of them. And then as we go along, we'll see how things work. As I told you, I'm also probably going abroad. So I was actually going this month. Yes, I was going this month. The thing is, the price of the flights are insane. It's August. The prices are like insane, and I said to the recruiter, I said to them, like, let's just wait one more month, and they were totally fine with it. And I said, like, let's just wait one more month, because the prices this month are just insane. Because at least in here in Europe, there's like a ton of people that takes the holidays during this month, and so like the prices in terms of the flights, it's just something else, like something else. So yeah, we are. I think you can still count with me for at least the end, beginning of September. Then we will see it. Okay, I'm not going to promise you nothing. Well, and that's it for today. I hope you liked it. I'm sorry that I said like certain things probably in the wrong way as usual. And yeah, the music is very beautiful. I really like the music in here. It was all along very good. Yeah, I really liked it. So that's it. I'm going to leave the link in the description as usual, and I'll see you next time. Thank you very much. Thank you.